Yeah, we held Gurley to under 80 yards up to the fourth quarter. Once that fourth quarter hit, he kind of turned it up a notch, and we made some mistakes, had a lot of missed tackles. The safeties, we had 9 missed tackles, so we can't have that. We got to execute when we're in the game and make plays. We're the last line of defense.
Were you guys, was that fatigue? Was it just being out of position? I guess what kind of led to those?
Just I think being at the wrong place at the wrong time, which we can fix. It's fixable things. We've been working on it in practice, so that shouldn't happen. So we've just been working, and hopefully it'll pay off.
What's the transition been like? Week 1 and 2, you're kind of focusing on special teams, but now you've been out there pretty much for all the defensive snaps. What's that adjustment been like for you?
Well, yeah, the coaches said, if you make plays on special teams, then you'll be able to make plays on defense. Because when you think about it, special teams is just stuff in the open field. So, it's kind of an easy transition going from special teams to defense just because, being at safety, you're playing in open field and trying to make open field tackles and making plays in space. So that's what it's all about.
How good did it feel to get that first pick?
It was awesome. I really didn't know what to do after I got up with the ball, so I kind of just stood there. I saw it on film, but everybody jumped on me and made me kind of happy. But unfortunately, we didn't get any points off the turnover because that's what it's all about, creating points off turnover. So hopefully, I'll be able to create some more turnovers here in the future.
And when you've been playing, you got your feet wet, but do you feel like you got to make that first big play to really feel like you belong, like you're a part of the team? Does it take a weight off your shoulders, like I belong, I can play at this level type stuff?
No, not really. I think just making plays and impacting the game is kind of more important. Not really making interceptions or anything like that, but just making big plays for the team, kind of turning the swing of the game. If an interception does it, then then hey, get an interception. But just trying to impact the game any way you can.
And you guys have seen mobile quarterbacks pretty much every week for the last month. Driscoll's another one. I mean, you feel like you're prepared to face a guy like that again? You think it's been good prep work to play Oklahoma, Georgia before Florida?
Well, he's a great athlete, and they run a lot of different formations and different schemes, motions, and things of that nature. So we've had to do a lot of preparation. He's a great player, and hopefully we'll be able to make plays on him.
If you're a man and you're playing a quarterback like that, you have to kind of be aware of it. Got my back turned to him. You have a clock in your head, like the ball, if something's not happening, I better turn around and see if he's out of the pocket?
Oh, yeah, it's all about awareness in the back end. So you got to be aware of doing your job. And we say if everybody does their job, then we'll be perfectly fine. If everyone's on the same page, then, we'll be able to execute. So as long as everyone's on the same page doing their job, then, we should execute.
And just, growing up in a Tennessee family, what does this game mean to you? I mean, I don't know if you remember it, I know you don't remember, but I don't know if your dad's told you about it, if you've seen it, the rain game here. I mean, he had a huge game back in the early 90s.
I wasn't even born then.
I know, but have you seen it on tape? And what does this series mean to you? Is it special when you get to these games because of your father?
Yeah, it's special. Really, any SEC game is, but, it's a big rivalry, Florida versus Tennessee. The fans are going to do the orange and white out checkerboard, so they're hyping it up. It's sold out, and you can't ask for anything better. During the game.
Now that you're in conference play, does he have a little history lesson for you about what I did against Florida or what I did against Georgia? Or is he not that kind of dad?
No, he really just tries to focus on me now that I'm here. His days are over, and he's just trying to make it all about me and not really about him, which I really like.
Gotcha. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
What can you attribute to the early success on the field? I know some freshmen come in and it takes them a while, but you've had pretty good success so far this season.
Well, just stepping up and doing my role and doing my job. Whatever I can do for the team, whether it's, trying to make plays on special teams or making plays on the defensive side of the ball. So, wherever the coaches put me, my job is to just make plays for the team.
Do you feel like you've just been prepared to the best of your ability to go out there and create turnovers so far?
Yes, sir. The coaches put us in the right spots at the right time to make plays. So all we have to do is execute, and, we're in the right spot to make that play happen.
Todd, did you see the game in 2004 when Tennessee last beat Florida? Were you watching that game by any chance?
Yes, I was actually attending that game, and I remember it sort of like it was yesterday. The field goal, and I was in the skybox actually, and it was shaking because it was so loud. So, just the atmosphere is going to be awesome, just like it was in 2004. I know the fans are going to bring it in, and we're all really excited.
How much would it mean to you guys to be the ones that end that streak?
Well, we're just trying to get a win. The streak is important and everything, but you got to take one game at a time, so we're not really looking at the past. This is my first game playing Florida, so I'm just trying to come out with the win just as well as everyone else.
What has your dad told you about the Tennessee-Florida series?
I haven't really talked to him about it, but, I know him being involved for life, it means a lot to him. It's a rivalry game, and, he just wants me to go out and play my best.
They have one really nice wide receiver on the other side of the ball. number 11. He's a pretty good player. What have you seen out of him, and what do you think about Cam Sutton's chances in year coming over to help out over top of kind of shutting that guy down?
Well, yeah, DeMarcus Robinson, he's a great player, great athlete, makes plays in space. But, I have great confidence in Cam. He's one of our leaders in the back end, and he makes plays. You saw against Georgia, him getting interception. He almost had another one. So, he's just there at the right time. He makes sure we're on the right pace, and, anything I can do to help him out, I'll be there for him.
Has the defense's identity kind of revolved around Cam and AJ so far this year? Y'all feed off those two?
But really, what we're focusing on this week is 11 working as one. So that's 11 players on the field working as one unit, making sure we're on the same, same pace and, have the same call and are all playing together. So, if we have 11 guys working together as one, then we'll be able to execute.
I know this is your first year playing for UT, obviously, but you followed the series very closely, clearly. This year you guys are actually favored in it for the first time in a long time. And I know you weren't about being favored or being underdogs, but is there a different kind of confidence that you feel, maybe a buzz out in the community and within the team this year heading into this year's game?
Well, we go into every game, thinking we can win the ball game, because if you don't, then it's not going to happen. So, just the vibe and everything going on in Knoxville, the fans, they really want to win, we really want to win. And, we haven't beat Florida since I was in the 3rd grade, which is pretty crazy to think about, because I don't even remember my 3rd grade teacher. But, just to think about that and, how important this game is. It's the game, it's my 3rd home game. So we haven't played there in over 3 weeks. So it just means a lot, and we're going to try to get the win.
One more question.
This weekend's the big VFL weekend. Obviously, you're very tied into that with your dad. All these guys coming back. What does it mean to you and the other players to have all those VFLs back in town for a game?
Well, they set the scene. This program wouldn't be where it's at without them. So, we have a lot of legends, a lot of players in the NFL now. So just the fact that they've set the scene for us is pretty amazing, and hopefully, we'll show them what it's all about, Tennessee football.
Thanks, DK.